Okay, what we have here is Cheryl's long-awaited MacBook Pro, which she ordered from Best Buy. I picked it up, and now I'm going to take it into her. I want to see her reaction. I know she's going to be pretty happy. Hey, sweetie, I'm home. I think I've got something. I think you're going to like it.
Oh my God, is that my computer?
Yes.
Oh, I am so excited. Oh my God, I didn't know you were going to pick this up today. Oh, honey.
Well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what are you doing? How do you have my peeps? Let me turn my computer off here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so, as you saw, Grant just brought in my computer. He walked it through my filthy house. I'm not going to apologize. All y'all know how I live. The occasional cleaning spurt, and then I'm a slob the rest of the time. So anyhow, here's my computer. I just recently bought this little HP that's sitting here next to me that I've been using for a while. I got it when I was in Oregon. But I've really been wanting to make the switch to a Mac, and now that the online video editor that is provided by YouTube is going to be eliminated as of the 20th of this month. Okay. I figured now's a good time to make a switch back to Mac, because Mac has the iMovie, which I've used before. I understand that system pretty well. So, you know, I'm going to miss the YouTube editor. I've been using that pretty much exclusively ever since I started these, doing my, channel. I had used Power Director for a while. Like I said before, I just find it cumbersome. I can't explain why. Something about the way I do work and the Power Director thing, it seems much more cumbersome. So I can't explain to you why that is. All I can say that is as it is. That is the way it is for me. So, anywho, so I'm going to give my son the HP because he needs it for school. And now, I'm getting back into Macintosh. I was a graphic designer for a long time, and so I started way back in the 1990s in the Macintosh environment. So my first computer was a $20,000 setup. That's right, $20,000 that my dad bought for his business. It was the Mac 9600. I think it had a full-on 500 megabytes of storage. Wow, that was huge back then. And I can't remember what its processor speed was and all that. But of course, it was ancient. It's an ancient dinosaur now. But that was my CPU, and then I had some big, huge monitor, big monster that probably weighed 200 pounds, and a big, beautiful scanner, and a bunch of peripherals, because back then you needed a lot of extra storage peripherals. I think I had a sigh drive back then. They hadn't even created the flash drives yet. And so I started out with the state-of-the-art Macintosh system that was loaded with, all the latest Adobe Photoshop and Acrobat, not Acrobat, that drawing one, I can't remember what it's called, and the vector drawing program. What was that called, honey? Adobe. It was an Adobe product. There was Adobe Photoshop was for doing photographic images, and then there was a vector drawing program. I can't remember what it's called because I'm old. Anyhow, I had that, and a word processing program called Quark Express, which is what a lot of the newspapers were using at the time. And because I was doing graphic design and product packaging design, I ended up with this really awesome system. It was great. Well, now pretty much that entire system could fit right here times 20. It just amazes me what we can do with these things now. Way back in the 1990s, there was an article in Wired magazine about the new Macintosh laptop that they were coming out with, and it was really small and lightweight, and you could do video on it, and you could do phone calls on it, and it was super fast, and it had 5 gigabytes of storage, and it was just really something. And of course, at the end of the article, the writer said, well, maybe someday, but we're years and years away from that thing. Well, I lived long enough to see it. So, this is a PowerBook. It's I think I got the 128 gig. I didn't get the 256 gig. I figured 128 gig is plenty for me. I'm going to store my videos offline. On a hard drive, external hard drive anyway, so it's not like I need a ton of room. I did get the 1.7 Intel processor though, so it's got a very good, very fast processor. I thought about getting a MacBook Air, but I couldn't get a real fast processor in the price range I was looking at. So this is called Space Gray. That's the color of this. I would have bought it in the rose gold if they had it, but they don't do this model in rose gold. So yeah, so this is the laptop. It's very lightweight and very small. I mean, look at it compared to my. Can I lift this up? Okay, so here. Let me just unplug this. Okay, so here is my HP that I've been using since I went on my trip, compared to the new MacBook. So this is smaller and lighter. In fact, I might as well just put my HP off to the side. And let's open this puppy up. Take a peeky poo at the inside. It's here. Alright, remove the tissue slip sheet from the inside. And here we go. Oh my, it looks like it's got some juice. Well, Heidi Ho Cheryl, look at that. That's cool. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this thing. In addition to the CPU, to the laptop, here's its charging cord, I believe, here. And here is its charging unit, a typical Macintosh setup. So here's the wall wart and the charging cord. I do not have, apparently, the proprietary earphones. Apparently they don't come with this. I'm just going to look inside this box, but no, nothing else is in there. So anyway, that's alright. I can buy those if I have to, no biggie. And then it's got its, I think this is its little kind of quick start. Yeah, it's got its little quick start information, and of course you go online to really do all that. That's where all the documentation is going to be anyway. So anyhow, yay, I'm so glad to be back at home with a Macintosh, and now I'm going to dive into it, and I will talk to you guys later. I'll update you on how it feels and all that sort of thing after I get it, after I've been using it for a while. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Okay, I tried to record this a little while ago, and my phone kept not wanting to record. I definitely have to get a new phone. That's all there is to that. Anyhow, I've got iMovie launched right here. I just want to talk about the keyboard on this. Man, this has such a great feel. I love these lit up keys. That's really nice, easy to see. There's a little bit of a, oh, I don't know what you would call it. The touch, you can feel a little click on the touch. The keys don't go down very far, but that's okay. It's a very easy touch. I like how thin this is, because when I lay my hands on it, I'm not resting on the heels of my hands like this. It's a very natural kind of hand placement, so I really like it. Of course, I love the smooth, wonderful, recessed elegance of a Macintosh. It's just so much less cumbersome than most of the HPs I've used. My dock down there has everything that I could possibly use, easy to get to, including iMovie, which I'm going to be using a lot of. So, all in all, this girl is very happy with her new laptop. So, the next thing I need to do is replace this phone. I'm probably going to replace it with an iPhone 7 Plus, I think. And that will shrink my whole system down to basically my laptop and my phone. I'm going to also get a lavalier microphone system, and I already have my beautiful tripod that Leanne gave me, so I'm pretty well set up now. I've lurched into the new millennium. Anyhow, I'll talk. Well, wait. Let me back up. It is Saturday night at what time? 9:30? 9:30, I guess. And Irma has not yet made landfall in the Keys, but I will be up and watching that all night, because that's what I do these days, is watch Irma. So, continued prayers for Texas. Continued prayers for everyone in the path of Irma. Let's hope she quiets her ass down by the time she hits Florida and is not as catastrophic as they had thought she was going to be. Also, I have no idea what Jose is doing out there. Supposedly he's just going to whip around and go off into the Atlantic. But the pressure systems have changed, and I think that that's going to push him closer to actually making some kind of a landfall. Maybe in those Leeward Islands, I don't know. So anyhow, you know, one more storm to be worried about. Feels like the whole world is full of storms these days, in one way or another. So, on that not so happy note, I will say bye-bye, and I'll talk to you guys later.